Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys, we're back to get into it right before we go live with Dave Neal. So before we jump in, you guys know how this works. We're back to talk about some Vanderpump Rules. I was gonna say the Valley, but we're gonna share that part for the recap. The Vanderpump Rules part is not a part of the recap. That's the only reason I'm doing it. But check it out, smash that like button, show some love, and I guess let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna have to start with the Lisa Vanderpump of it all. Um, Thank you to Lisa Vanderpump. And I love that this is where we're starting. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Lisa Vanderpump explained why she didn't attend the soft opening of Ariana Madix and Katie Maloney's sandwich shop, something about her. And that was this past Monday. It was days after the event was attended by the likes of Katie's mom, Terry Maloney, Daniel Way, Janet Caperna. Now, as she also commented on the Vanderpump Rules filming break and her thoughts on Kristen Doty, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum admitted that Vanderpump Rules season 11 reunion was different amid season 11 and confirmed that she's waiting to visit something about her. I've been out of town. I've been in Lake Tahoe. I've been in Vegas. I've been in New York. I've been everywhere. I also think that they need to take the time a bit. Like, we'll have a soft opening in the restaurant, but we won't really invite people until you're kind of 2 or 3 weeks in so you can iron out the things. So I don't want to go there and judge that now. Let's give them a couple of weeks, a month to settle in. And I think that's normally what we normally do in the restaurant business. But on the finale episode of Vanderpump Rules earlier this month, Ariana faced backlash from the cast after failing to engage in a conversation with Tom Sandoval, despite living with him at the time. Looking back, Lisa admitted that Ariana and Sandoval's arrangements were ridiculous. And I think that some of the things that the other women called out, saying, wait a second, I can't be friends with him, but you're living with him in the same house. I think that was the thing that people were struggling with, is what Lisa said. People have drawn lines in the sand, and I'm not really like that. Now, also speaking to Us Weekly, Lisa addressed the Vanderpump Rules being put on pause. She said, we're taking a little breath. I've got to open another restaurant. I think we're done talking about Scandival. So I think everybody needs to have it kind of all a breath a little bit. Every year, I think this is going to be the last year. I've gone on and done other things, and I've opened other restaurants, and I've been on other shows, created Vanderpump Villa, which people are like, oh, how is it different? It's very different. But Lisa also produces The Valley, which stars Kristen, who she butted heads with for years. These people, Jax, Kristen, they've been friends, and Brittany Cartwright for years. So I understand how she fits in. Did she always drive me crazy? Yes. Will she continue to? Yes. No surprises there. Now, meanwhile, on the May 18th episode of Access Hollywood, Lisa admitted that the season 11 reunion was different from the past years. It definitely had a different flavor. And I think that's one of the things that really works about Vanderpump Rules. It keeps evolving. And I think everybody's pretty smart on their feet. And production, the fact that they can make these twists and turns and have to break the fourth wall much more because the whole world was talking about Scandival. It wasn't just this group. So we have to talk about that. I think there were feelings, there was resentment from some of the cast, and there was also some kind of hypocrisy, and it wasn't easy at all. Now, because of that, Lisa felt that the production break was important. The show needs to breathe a little. It needs to settle down. So we're not just talking about the same thing. We've got to just take a moment, I believe. So I think it's going to be a little bit later on this year that we'll begin filming this year. I mean, also, let me say, I do agree with Lisa when she says, I think that we need to take a little bit of a breather. Yeah, I think that Scandival took over. I think that it gained a lot of new viewers. I think that there were a lot of people who were interested because of the Scandival of it all. But I don't think that it was the end all be all. And I also kind of find that, well, I agree. I think people are over the Scandival of it all. Those are just my opinions. Now, with Lisa Vanderpump talking about everything that's going on and especially the cast being put on pause, that's not news to us either. We've known about this. We just were wondering whether or not the cast was being put on pause or if, in fact, the cast was being fired from Vanderpump Rules. I think that was the biggest question. Not what the timeline of this looks like, but I guess it coincides. Now, with that, Joe Winberg claimed that Tom Schwartz hid that they were boyfriend and girlfriend and shared what happened behind the scenes at the Vanderpump Rules reunion. She also claimed that Tom Schwartz still texts her, but reveals why she won't respond. You're going to see a lot of the truth coming out, is what Joe said on Cameo, in terms of, yes, Schwartz and I were boyfriend and girlfriend, even though he hid it. Yes, I didn't really know how to navigate him hiding it. She then shared it was like to film the reunion, what it was like. When we were filming the reunion, what you do is show up like super early. It's like an all day thing. You go into hair and makeup and then you sit there because the main cast, they're already doing their thing. Now, Joe said that she and Ali Luber were both waiting behind the scenes. Ali and I get a knock knock and they're like, we need you to get your dresses on ASAP. Well, as you know, I'm a little bit of a klutz. So I put my dress on and makeup and hair is fine. And Ali, of course, looks like flawless, but we're about to walk out and I hit the floor so hard. Everyone on set hears it and everyone's like looking around and you just hear Schwartz go, Joseph, are you okay? But according to Joe, she and Allie might have the chance to speak our truth. But Joe teased that maybe I might unwatch What Happens Live. Joe shared that she stayed in bed for months after her breakup with Tom, except to go to work. And he decided to move on with a woman, and we're not talking. Even though he'll text me, and I'm not going to text him back because of that. That would be really disrespectful to his girlfriend. But yes, he does text me. Now, I just want to sit here and go through this really quick. It looks like, based off of what Katie Maloney and Lala Kent and Joe and everybody was saying on the season finale or even the reunion, it looks like that Joe had definitely more of a relationship with Tom Schwartz than Tom Schwartz let on. And now, how awkward does it have to be for him to be in this new relationship with a 23-year-old Sophia Scoro, who's now probably 24, doesn't matter, but he's in with her. And then last night when he was like, oh, she's stunning, but that's the last thing that I love about her. It's like, your apparent ex-girlfriend and your ex-wife, they're both right there. So it just kind of makes you wonder, because you're like sitting there watching it, looking at it, and you're like, this is some shit. Now, on top of that, with Tom Schwartz, the way that he navigated the Vanderpump Rules reunion and Allie and Joe being put in the back, I thought that they did a great job. I know that I already talked to you guys a little bit about this at the beginning, but we are going to do the live recap on this today at 12 p.m. Eastern with Dave Neal. Dave Neal normally covers The Bachelor, Bachelorette, but he's also super, super great and fun when it comes to Vanderpump Rules. Now, with that, we're not done there. We also have a few more comments for you guys to make, especially when it comes to the Lisa Vanderpump of it all, because I guess my biggest question is with her saying what the cast needs, what the show needs. I totally agree. I think that the cast and the show needs a break. I think that we need to move on to new storylines. But then I do wonder how much of it is Bravo telling them you're on pause because we're actually going to pause you and then we're going to bring you guys back. Or how much of it is you guys are on pause, which technically means that not only are we pausing you, we're breaking you. Your show is canceled. But then I'm like, wait a minute, they actually canceled Shaws of Sunset. So I don't actually know. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So pop off in the comment section. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, yeah, I guess just don't forget to check us out at 12 p.m. Eastern today. The studio and everything will be done. So thank you guys for bearing with me. But I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.